Hi, I'm Traveling Benedicto and I'm about to discuss the word infinitive phrases. What is an infinitive phrases? An infinitive phrases is a group of words that uses an infinitive to plus verb. An infinitive is a verbal and a word that expresses action. Also, an infinitive phrases has the same role of expressing action in a sentence. And now, what are examples of an infinitive phrases? The few examples of an infinitive phrases are to go on vacation, 2. I told the dog to run home quickly, and 3. I want to eat pizza for dinner. Always remember that the infinitive phrases always uses to plus the verb. Using the infinitive to show purpose. You can also use the infinitive to show your intention. Verbs such as agree, promise, and decide can all use infinitive form. Example, she agreed to save the money between them. Number 2, he decided to change schools.
I'm Mejian De La Cruz. In this video, I will be answering the question, what is an infinitive? Well, simply put, an infinitive is the word to plus the verb stem or the root word of a verb. So, for example, if I were to say to have, this is an infinitive. I've used the word to and the verb stem have. This automatically makes an infinitive. Next is to dream. If I were to say the word to and the verb stem dream, this phrase is an infinitive. Let's look at our first example. I would like to drink that lemonade. The infinitive is adding more precision to what I would like to do on that lemonade. It's adding more details on what's happening on the lemonade. So it's acting as an adverb. Let's take the next example. To forgive is to love others. In this sentence, the subject is to forgive, and the person speaking is clearly showing us their focus on forgiveness, but they also elaborate the other function of forgiveness, that is, to love others. Infinitives here are more than simply the action, they directing the focus of the whole sentence. It shows us that infinitives can be used as a subject in the sentence too. It's important to realize that the sentence cannot be an infinitive if it has a past or past tense or any additional letters like s, ed, or ing.
So there are three parts of infinitive phrase, and one of these is object. An object is the word, a noun, or a pronoun affected by the verb in the sentence. So in an infinitive phrase, it's the word being affected by the infinitive. So here are some examples. To study math, to play guitar, to leave the party, and to eat a sandwich. So you notice the word math, guitar, the party, and a sandwich. They are all objects. And it follows the words to study, to play, to live, to eat, where these words are called infinitive. So these examples are considered as an infinitive before the objects, because objects receives the action of the verb. And here are another examples where it is considered as an infinitive after the objects. So the number one example is, my teacher tells us to pay attention. So the object here is as, because as is a object noun, object pronoun, and the infinitive in the sentence is to pay, while the verb is tells. Another example is, she warns students not to cheat on tests. And the object here is students, because students is a noun. And the infinitive in this sentence is not to cheat, while the verb is warns. And that's all.
Hello everyone, I'm here to discuss about infinitive phrases, noun, and modifier. So let's start with modifier. So what is modifier? I will explain first what it is. So modifier is a word praise clause which modifies other words in a sentence. To be specific, a modifier is either an adjective or an adverb. The adjectives modify the nouns and the adverbs modify the verbs or the adjectives or the other adverbs. So a modifier gives information about another word in the same sentence. So modifiers allow writers to take the experience that they have in their own heads and transfer this information to the heads of their readers. So it means modifier modifies what is the subject doing or what is the predicate is doing an action. So it modifies what he want to do or what does the subject wanted to do. So next is infinitive phrase as noun. So what is infinitive phrase as noun? I will read first. Infinitive phrases includes infinitive as usual. So infinitive phrase is a group of words that uses an infinitive. So what is infinitive? Infinitive is a verbal, has and also has the same role of expressing action in a sentence. It is just a part of a sentence working like a noun, adjective, or adverb. So infinitive phrase as noun is uses like in the sentence to describe what is the predicate wanted to do. It is to plus verb. So what is verb? Verb is an action word. So to is modifying also but in a noun position. So that's all for my report. Thank you.
Good day, I'm Baby Marie, and I'm going to discuss the infinitive phrase as an adjective and infinitive phrase as an adverb. First is infinitive phrase as an adjective. When an infinitive phrase acts like an adjective in a sentence, it describes a noun or a pronoun. So, that means it will describe a subject or an object. For example, I wish I had a friend to study with me. The adjective in the example is to study with me, and it describes the noun friend. Another example is I want a tutor to help me to study. The adjective is to help me study, and it describes the noun tutor. The next one is infinitive phrase as an adverb. When an infinitive phrase works like an adverb, it modifies verb in a sentence. Adverb answer question like where, when, why, how, and for what reason or purpose. So, as an adverb, the infinitive will answer the same question. For example, I went home to study for math. So, why did you go home? The answer is to study for math. Another one example, to get into college, you need good grades. So, why do you need good grades? The answer is to get into college.